Hello everyone, Dragon Souls here, and welcome to my little review of, that's right, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And no, you're probably wondering yourself, and you're probably going to ask me on demand, are the reviews coming back to the channel? The answer today is no. Hell no, they're not coming back to the channel. I'm only doing this for the special, this is kind of like what you call a special one, because there's not no intro, there's not going to be no outro in it. And yes, when I said my YouTube channel name, don't get used to that either, because I'm not going to be doing it on all my other videos as well. So this is the only one I'm going to be doing it on. So yeah. So without further ado, let's get on with the review, okay? A little short review of Assassin's Creed Valhalla and what I think about the game. I gave half of my thoughts about it on my live stream. Yesterday. My first and only stream of this game, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, yesterday, because I have officially beaten it, and it is 3 hours and 30 something minutes long. And reason why it was that long for is because I'll get to the reason why it was that long for. Okay. First of all. This game, and I said this before, and I'm going to keep saying it. This game is, of all Assassin's Creed games I have played throughout the entire series, this one here is one of my favorite. It was one of my favorite Assassin's Creed of all time. Okay, and yes, I didn't say this in my video last night of my live stream last night, but I will say this right now. I got the good ending, I got the best ending, and I did see a video to where a guy stood and said, here's the choices that you had to make to get the best ending. If you take all the treasure at the beginning, you get the bad ending. If you do this certain choices, you get the bad ending. If you go out with that girl who asks you to, it looks like the girl from Horizon Zero Dawn, which you know who I'm talking about. If she asks you out, and if you don't turn her down, if you ask her, if you go ahead and accept it and go ahead and go out with her throughout the entire game, you get the bad ending. All this kind of garbage shit. Okay, I'm here to tell you, none of that's true. Okay, none of that's true. Okay, before I beat the game, I have seen all the choices in the game. Or shall I say, all the endings, the good, the best, and the bad. Okay, and the good ending is the best ending. Okay, the ending is where the good and the best ending is where you and your brother are coming from the boat. You know. After you beat the bosses, you know, and y'all done y'all's talking, you know, and your brother's giving you the throne and letting you lead the clan. You get stabbed, your character gets stabbed in the ribs, and you're okay. You're okay, you know, and you're kind of hurting over it, you know, and you and your brother walks over there, and this girl with the mohawk, you know, comes and greets you and your brother back to back home, and she shakes your hand, and then all of a sudden, you and Sigurd go. I call him Sigurd. Goes in the building. And Ezreal, I can't pronounce his name. Your character goes in there and says, "Well, it looks like we've missed one heck of a feast," you know. And all of a sudden, Sigurd says, Elor, Evelynor, whatever they call his name. I still can't pronounce his name. Anyway, he goes off and says, "Come, sit, have a rest." And he sits there and says all that, and he goes up and he says, "Sigurd," and he said, "Please, sit." So he sits down and rest a moment. So he sits down and he goes off and says, and he sits there and all of a sudden she comes in there and talks to him, this, that, And the thing is, later on in the game, she goes out. You don't know, okay? You don't know that there, or if you do, I didn't catch it, okay? She's going apparently is married to your brother, and it don't give you no hints, no clues, or anything, okay? She asks you out, okay? She asks you out on the game, and your character out on the game, and you can either accept it and go out with her throughout the entire game if you want to, or you can break up with her, or you can just turn her down right then and there and not go out with her at all throughout the entire game, okay? There is gay in the game. There is gay in the game, or if you're a woman, there is lesbian in the game. There is characters, guy characters and female characters that flirt with your character, and you can choose to. If you're a guy character, you can choose to have your guy kissing all kinds of guys in the game. I'm not. That doesn't work with me, So I'm not that type of person, so. I never did that in my gameplay. I wasn't about to have my character doing that. And if I do a second run of it, which I will in the future, I will be more likely will be doing it as either a man or I'll be doing it as a woman. But more likely, I don't know. I'll have to let the viewers and my subscribers choose which one I do on the next run. But I will say this: I did not know. That she was actually married in the game to Sigurd, his brother, your character's brother. Did not know. They don't reveal it or anything until later on after he's been captured. He gets his arm chopped off, and then he comes back and he goes off and then he reveals that they're actually that him and her actually was married. And everything, and you're like, huh? Okay, now I think he's just playing with you, because you think he's playing with you, because the messed up shit that's happened to him, And then later on, at the end of the game, you find out that they really was married, and they're going through a divorce. And then all of a sudden, later on, she goes off and actually talks to you in private, and tells you that they really are married, and things wasn't working out between them because there's nothing in common between them, and her heart belongs to your character, and you're like, come again? You mean to tell me you cheated on your husband the whole entire game? I didn't. Y'all expect me to believe to actually knew about this shit? And people probably thought, and I know people probably thought, well, you already probably knew that, and you went ahead and done it anyways. The answer is no. I never knew that. Okay, I never knew that, and if I'd known that, I wouldn't have done it in the first place. Okay, and they said if you do go out with her from the beginning, you get the bad ending. Well, I'm here to tell you that's all false. Okay, if you go if you can take at the beginning, you can choose to leave the treasure or take the treasure. They say if you leave the treasure, you get the good ending. You get the best ending, good and the best ending. If you turn her down, you get the good and the best ending. If you take the treasure, if you go out with her, you get the bad ending. You don't get the good or the best ending. Well, I'm here to tell you that's all bullshit. It's all lies. As long as you do it, if you're following my gameplay, okay, if you're following my gameplay and you're seeing everything I'm doing in my gameplay, I'm going through. It looks like I'm going through. I only did like I only got like 66% of trophies and everything because I didn't do everything. I did, as you can see in my gameplay, I did 100% completion of the story missions, side missions. I went through all the entire maps. I got the treasures, and the treasures I couldn't get, it was all bugged, glitched out. You couldn't get them, so the rock stock and stacking, you don't have to necessarily do them if you don't want to. I never did it. That should not have been in the game from the beginning. Now the papers that look like they're floating around and everything, and where you had to sit here and fucking chase them, to get them, that was in the game. All the other Assassin's Creed games, that was necessary to get in the other games, the Assassin's Creed games. This one here is pointless. You don't have to do it. Only reason why they put it in the game for is because it's only for tattoos for your skin, and you don't necessarily have to do that if you don't want to, but you can if you want to. The rock stocking up, you can do them if you want to. You don't have to do them at all. And the one thing you really necessarily have to do is, one, you have to grind. Okay, you do definitely if you want to be overpowered, if you want the best weapons in the game, the best armor in the game, the best weapon I can think of and the best armor that's in the game, and that I can think of, is the Thor's armor. And that sword I was using the whole time, it was the best sword in the game, okay? And yes, they do have the Thor's hammer. I was using it through half of the game as well. It is a fucking badass weapon. You can upgrade your weapons. You can upgrade all your armor, all kinds of great stuff. It's best to level and grind and level your character up and to max it out and everything. The DLC of River Raid, I started it up. It was pretty cool, But when you get done with the river, when the River Raid, it says River Raid's completed. The rest of it is complete garbage. Don't have to do it at all. It's a waste of time. That is a DLC, half the DLC, and it's pointless. A friend already done it, and he said what you have to do is, before you hit the raid button, don't go in and have them go in there and help you kill all the enemies. You have to go in there and kill them all yourself. Then have them to come in there and help them, or have them to help you open the door and open the chest to get to do the raiding. And it's all and the DLC is to get the armor, and the armor's crap. It ain't worth it. The best armor that's in the game is the Thor's armor that I unlocked. That was the best one that's in the game. But to do it, you had to sit here and make sure you had to have your power level 406. Okay, to me, that's the only way to make yourself overpowered and to be able to beat the game. And that way also, when it comes to the badass, when it comes to bosses, they can't hardly touch you. They can hurt you a little, but you can't hardly take much damage. If you don't believe me, watch my gameplay. You'll see how badass I really was, and how bad that they couldn't even hardly hurt me. If you're a Mortal Kombat fan like I am, they also have get over here. They had that, and they had that whip thing that the Scorpion uses, and you can see here, and they have the animation thing where you go out here, and he goes, and he's like slow motion, and then he's like, oh, like that coming towards you, and all of a sudden has that rope going wrapped around their throat, wrap around their throat, you know, and they chop their head completely off the shoulder. This game is way more brutal, way more sicker than all the other Assassin's Creed games are, okay? But let me tell you, it's the best game of all time, okay? The best Assassin's Creed game I have ever played, okay? Out of all of them, besides the glitches, there is glitches in the game. There is glitches in the game. There is game bugs in the game. Sometimes there's a mission that it ends, you know, and then it doesn't, and then you're like, okay, what do I do next, you know? And then usually after that, as it says, mission has completed, there's another mission pops up, and it's supposed to pop up. Sometimes it don't do that. Then all of a sudden you have to sit here and exit out of your game completely, and then go back into your game, and then all of a sudden the second mission, another mission pops up. If that shows, and that's not real game, that's not real game breaking, you know, it doesn't break the game or anything like that. But they have been patching the game up. Some people have been complaining about the combat, saying the combat is shit, the combat sucks. I'm here to tell you, the gameplay was top notch, fucking awesome. Storyline, top notch. I love the storyline. Well written. They did a damn great job on this game. In a way, I will say this. To me, this game they made this game a little bit different. Than all the other Assassin's Creed games, okay? It's a little bit different than the rest of them are, okay? It doesn't feel like the rest of them at all, okay? But I will say this: when they make another Assassin's Creed game, I'm going to buy it, and hopefully they'll move on and don't make the next Assassin's Creed game kind of like this one here, okay? Because if they actually make it look like this one here, it will suck, okay? I don't want to play Assassin's Creed game that looks exactly like the same game that I just beat, okay? It has to be it has to be a lot more different and a lot more paced. This in here was solid paced. It was well written. It was damn great. I really love the graphics, the storyline, especially the nude. You can turn the nude on if you want to, especially if you're not live streaming. You can turn it off if you don't want to see the nude. If you're like somebody I know, you can turn the nude off. If you want to, especially if you don't want to see any guy naked or any women naked, you know, you can do that. You can choose to have your character to fall in love with another character. You can choose not to. Okay, that's totally up to you. And that's another thing too. Like one of my, like Shameful Possession said, he just left a comment on one of my videos of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And he said, I like how some characters walk in front of your, walk in your way. It's quite funny. Yes, it is. Some characters will actually walk in front of you. Okay, and I don't know if it's on purpose or if it's a glitch. But they do have a lot of funny shit in the game that happens. So, like for example, okay, there's a cutscene, okay, and there's a girl character walking towards you. You know, she looks like the girl from and And I will say this: the developers that made the game are obsessed with Horizon Zero Dawn because almost every girl in the game looks just like uh, Ally, Ally. If you know what I'm talking about, she's from Horizon Zero Dawn. They got almost so many women characters look just like her, with her hair. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, they have her walking. They have that girl walking towards you, and it looks like that. It looks like it made it look like a Lego. She looked like a Lego at first, and one of the and the guy character that walked coming towards you, or coming or behind the coming next to the camera, they make him look like a Lego. I'm not kidding. Until the game fixes itself to make it look like a real person. That was it wasn't that shit was funny. Okay, you can sit here and say, "Oh my God, I can't believe that happened," and that was stupid. You may think that, but to me, that was funny. Okay, there's a lot of crazy shit that happens in the game that are completely funny. They have legendary animals. You can go fishing whenever you want to. You can you got all kinds of puzzles in the game, and yes, if you want to go for 100%, if you want to get the good ending, you have to go and do all the order. You had to assassinate all the entire order to be able to do it. Okay, some of them you can find clues to kill them, to go after them and kill them. Some of them you have to actually complete the story to do that. Okay, they even have a little bit of Dark Souls boss fight in there as the wolf. Okay, and that is freaking awesome. They have Thor. They have that what you call Thor and his family in there. That is also cool as well. All the side missions, you can do all kinds of side missions. Explore, ride a horse. You can blow your whistle to get. You got all kinds of raids you can do. The raids are not the DLC; they're the regular raids that you can do. But you had to level your character up to actually do them, or else you're gonna get your ass handed to you. Okay. You can save the game whenever you want to. The game auto saves sometimes, all the times, you know. And does the game crash? I think it might have crashed once or twice, but I don't really remember. But on PS4, I was playing on PS4, by the way, and I had no problems with the game at all. The game was outstanding. Now, people with the PS5 probably had some issues with it, you know, and I couldn't really say much about it because I haven't hardly watched anybody's gameplay of it or anything, you know, because I didn't want to be spoiled. And for those who did not hardly want to watch my gameplay on stream, and especially I already even had some people in the stream chat coming to me and telling me, well, they watched a little bit of my stream, you know, but they told me they had to leave because they didn't want to get spoiled because they wasn't where I was at, and I told them I totally understood that, you know, no worries on that, okay, and yeah, but overall, I will be doing a second run of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Not this year. It'll be later on. In the near future when I do it again. But the problem is, I'm going to be making different choices that I have did before, and I will not. What I did on my first run, I will not be doing on my second run. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to be going as a woman character or as a guy character. Now I did, and I also gotta throw this in there and say that you can change your customize your character. You can make him have whatever hair you want him to have, whatever beard you want him to have. You can have him have tattoos, or he or she, you know, whichever character you have, you know, you create, you know. The game is, I can't express it. The game is a fucking masterpiece. And to me, of all Assassin's Creed games, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is game of the year. Okay? Of all Assassin's Creed games, this one here is game of the year, and I'm gonna rate it 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, and a grand solid 10 out of 10. You don't like it, all I can say is you can go fuck yourself. I don't give a fucking rat's ass what you or anybody else thinks. You want to shit all over this game, be my guest. You don't like this video, you don't like what I had to say about this game. Now you're probably probably everybody's gonna be saying, yeah, well, he's getting paid for saying this too. Fuck off. I'm not getting paid for saying what I want. I'm not getting paid for these videos at all. All my subscribers, from old and new, probably not, well, not my new ones, they don't know, but all my old subscribers know I don't get paid for my videos, nor do I want to get paid. The only way I get paid for my videos, like Zombie for example, if they want to donate PSN codes to me, they can if they want to. I don't force them into doing anything they don't want to do. Okay? Now, like I said, when it comes to real money, cash money, I don't get paid for my gameplay. I don't get paid, to be honest with you. I don't get paid to sit here and lie to you. If I want to lie to you in your face, I'm going to damn well lie to you and say the game sucks. Don't buy it. I recommend you skip this game. It sucks. It's disgusting. Don't ever buy it. Okay? That whole thing is a fucking lie. I would lie to you if I want to. I'm not gonna lie to you. This game is the best game out there of all Assassin's Creed series. This and here is the best one ever. I loved it. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan, I strongly recommend you do not skip this game at all. It is a must buy. I don't care how much it is, physical or digital, get it. Okay? You will not be disappointed. Okay?